Hello, hello. My name is Jackblade, and welcome to my channel where we play some Satisfactory. And what we're going to do today is going to do a tips and tricks videos, and we're going to look at specifically a section of Refined Power, a mod that is incredibly popular. It's recommended by everyone. Like, if someone says like, "What mods should I be using?" They say use Refined Power. It is very, very well made. It like connects with your vanilla experience extremely well, and it like fills in some gaps that at least me personally I feel like are missing from like the very early game, like the start of the game, in terms of power automation, in terms of like power quantities and stuff like that. So what specifically are we going to be looking at? Because I've been recommending Refined Power without actually showing off actually what it can do and like how to use it. So today we'll be looking at like the easy parts of Refined Power are just, hey, I can place down a solar panel, or like I can place down a like wind turbine, or an automated biomass generator. But where it starts becoming weird is over here, where you get a ton of stuff that you don't necessarily intuitively can like understand what it does. Like this thing, the same way, like you just place them down and they work. But these things specifically, the turbine generator, like this is steam power. How do you make that work? And that's what we're going to be looking at specifically today. So, how do you make it work? And I will be heading over to, because this is in my beginner's guide world, because I need to build some of this stuff, so I figured I'd double down, be super efficient, make Ficsit Incorporated happy. Yes, overlords. And basically make sure that I fix the problem that I am having with power in my world at the same time, because I have to basically pause my building of the computer factory that I started in episode 10, because don't have enough power to run that thing, not by a long shot. So need some more power, and I figured like, okay, let's do this because it's ostensibly making a coal power plant, but a little bit more powerful. And it uses like liquid, it uses gas, it uses all of the mechanics. So I figured it was a really good way of showing how it works. Now I should stop talking and let's get over there. Okay, for those who follow my beginner's guide, you know where this is. And because this save will only be here in update 80, I will start over in the 1.10 update. So I can use this, it's going to be fine. And this is the basis for this entire thing. This is a pure node. We'll be pulling out 480, what's it called, coal from this per minute to fuel the behemoth, or not even a behemoth. Like it's looks larger and a lot more complicated than it actually is. To quote my favorite Minecraft YouTuber, Mumbo Jumbo, it's actually very simple. So what are we looking at? What are the components that we will be working with? Well, number one is they have their own tab. I just misclicked. So the number one step here is the boiler platform here, and it all comes from these platforms, right? So I'm just gonna expand here a little bit and zoop out, giving us a little bit more space. So the boiler platform is step number one, and you can fit any of these things. Like if you have a lot of biomass, you can use the biomass heater, but since you can't automate biomass collection, it basically means that you need to manually feed this to an extent. In the Satisfactory Plus mod, there are ways of automating that, which means that you can use this to have a fully automated system. Here we'll be using the coal heater. And it works like this. I put it down, I have to put them on these platforms, right? So that's the step number one. Step number two is the converter platform here. Now we placed them the wrong way around, but basically here is where you place the turbines. Can you there? Thank you. And this still doesn't generate power, this just spins by using steam. The actual power generation happens here. So you can place multiple modules on a single platform. And when you're connecting power to this, like you're asking like, okay, does anything need power? These don't need power. The boiler platforms, like the boiler and the heater does not need anything. The chimneys and the cooling towers does not need anything. These only need connection out, and you're using this little stick here. Like it's on every single one of the converter platforms. So place another one down, you can see there's a little bit of a stick here. And this is where you connect your power out. So, what does that mean? Or rather, why do you need the cooler? Well, or the cooler plate, cooling platform. Well, not everything is hunky-dory just because you place down a bunch of power generating stuff. Like you put coal into this, it's the other way around. So coal comes in into this hole, and on this end, you have a byproduct coming out. Specifically, you produce CO2, carbon dioxide. And if you don't get rid of it through one of these, the CO2 chimneys in the cooling platform, they will plug the system up. So if we fix this and just make a very, very nice, very simple to understand system here, boiler platform, blah, blah, blah. And let's be smart about this. If you just remove the plate, everything on it goes as well. It's just me being ineffective here, which I will be fired for. Fired in Fixit means dead. So let's see. I need coal coming in from that end. I need water as well. Okay, so over here, I place down a miner. I need to hook that up to power. So let's hook it up over here for now. And let's get some of that nice stuff over. I am literally just pulling here so that I can show you guys before I go into building the big thing, so you understand what I'm doing. And I can just show you what I've done at scale. And let's see, here we go. It takes the coal. It goes in here. And you can see that when the coal goes in, it's because the boiler is not attached, it is offline. If I then take a boiler, okay, it has to go in the same direction. So I place one of these and power it and grab pipes. I'm just gonna grab a pipe here. I'm guessing this is gonna need a pump too. Yeah. Okay, let's first place down the pipe, then the pump. There we go. There we go, that's a pump. Hey, have some power so you can actually pump stuff up. And if I then connect this up now, what's going to happen if we open the UI here is you can see the temperature is going up. And when it's in this green, it means that it is in an effective temperature. It's creating superheated steam up here. You can see fluid gas buffer. If we go into the I/O, you can see. Let's see, is it not actually pumping any water? Is it still? It's still struggling a bit. Let's give it a push here. Let's give it a couple of shards. Where do we have some shards? There we go. Hey, there we go. Now go up. Pump a lot of water. There we go. Now it's pumping in water. And if we look here, it is pumping in water. And I have a bunch of calculations that I'm going to be using for building my thing. But let's just continue on. I'm just gonna blow this up a little bit. I'm starting to run out. I only have 80 left. Just give myself a little bit more room so I can show you guys. Okay. So now I need refined power, cooling platform. I need to have a cooling platform with a CO2 chimney. Can you place so I can place you? Oh yeah, I need carbon mesh for this entire thing. So if I just craft some up here, I should have the material to craft them with in... There we go. Yeah, it just uses carbon dust and wires, which I have a lot of. There's other mods here as well, like as you might notice. In my beginner's guide series, in the description, there's a long list of all of those. So don't hesitate going there and to check it out. Okay, that's enough. And let's just get rid of you again. And in here, CO2 chimney. Now I want to get rid of the byproduct. So I'm going to hook that up there. The steam, however, because I want to make power out of that, I'm going to go to a converter platform over here. And then I'm going to place down a turbine. There we go. And then a generator. And a pipe between these two. And I'm going to need another cooler. Alright, let's go like this. Place down another cooling platform. I'm going to place a steam cooling tower on this, because when the steam is done in the turbine, I send it over here, and now it is being deposited out from the system. So to make it simple, I put coal into the bottom, this one, the coal heater. I put water into the boiler. And if we look at the I/O here, okay, it doesn't look like it's super, like, fully effective yet. But essentially, everything burns percentage, like, goes very nicely. The fluid, like the gas buffer, is emptying. It's heating up the way it should. This should max out at 500 degrees. It's just gonna keep climbing up. And then on this end, you can see that because it's not fully effective yet, like this needs to hit 500 degrees to be fully effective. That's gonna take a while, but essentially we have the build up. You can see it's all about the platforms. The boiler platform, and then you have the cooler platform, and you have the converter platform, right? And then just look at what you can place on each and experiment, like with combos, because later down the line in the game, you will be able to unlock different like modules here that uses different things, and make a lot more power, like different kinds of turbines and like generators. So what you can learn here is how to make a kind of interesting power system using one of the most popular mods out there. And like I said, everyone recommends this mod, but very few actually explains how to use it, so I figured I would take the time to actually do that. And we're going to scale this up now. So give me a second, and I will take that 480 and see what how big we can make it. All right, here is step number 1 done, and this is all the water that will be needed with the CO2 chimneys, getting rid of all the like byproducts, and then I have 32 boilers and coal heaters here that are hooked up to create the steam, like the high power steam that we need. And I kind of wanted to wait and just show you guys how it's going to work, so I will hook it up with you guys here. So I will just put half of my coal in here. There's 16 on each level. Alright, and this is just a tip when you're dealing with like water physics and stuff like that in the game. How you split it up, determine that by how much water you can move. Right? That is the best way of, like, the maximum output based on like the resources and then how you split these lines up based on how much water you can move. And I need 2 full lines to like take into account the loss of water because of the like bugginess of the pipes in Satisfactory. And then I've set it up. I need 6. What is it? 6 point. I have actually written that down somewhere. I needed 6.4 coolers with chimneys on to take care of this. So I set up 7 and just split it up, make sure that everyone gets to get rid of their CO2 without any blockage anywhere. Let's see, how is everything going here? Is everything stacking up? It is not, because the water, I wanted to turn that on with you guys here as well. So let's turn that on by using the valves here. All right. So that now water is coming in, meaning that our machines should start turning on here. And it's going to be like, yeah, you can see now they're turning on here. Now we're looking. There we go. Temperature is starting to go up. It's going to take a while, and I'm going to cut to do more building before then. But generally, what we have now is the first step where we're creating all the steam that we need and getting rid of the first set of byproducts that we don't need for anything right now, which is the CO2. So now that we have this set up and everything here is working as it should, I am going to do the next set, which is putting on the actual generators and their byproduct sector with the steam cooling towers. So that means, and these are very simple. It's a one-to-one principle. If you look, we can take over here where it's like heating up and everything. This is going to go up to 60. So when it's at 60, you will get 60 out, and then you will use the superheated or like high pressure steam to turn the turbine. Once it's out, it's low pressure steam, and that's a 1-to-1 ratio. So, and you need 1-to-1. So it's one of these goes to one generator and then out, and it's the same amount everywhere. So that makes it very easy. Hello, Bean. Okay, let's move over to the next section of this build, and I will show you what it looks like. And here we are. The generators are all in place. I haven't hooked them up to the Steam yet because, once again, I wanted you guys to be here and see what it looks like when we start. And Bean has been supervising the whole process. So, to make it simple, oh, I clicked the wrong button. To make it simple, I have sectioned out, so there's 4 sections with 8 each. And I have done the same here. There's 4 sections with 8 each. So I will take one Mark II pipe here from the top and pull that up here. And then one from the bottom and pull here. Over here, I pull from the bottom. And then I pull from the top. Boom. And what we should be getting out is, once it gets going, let's look at it. Oh, it's starting to, green sticks are starting to pop up. When everything's green here, we should be seeing perfectly 4,800 megawatts. And this is a pretty small blueprint. If you're trying to do this with like coal power, you would not be able to see this. Okay, so there we go. We have 3,600, 3,800, 3,900, 4,000. Oh my god, it's going up. Come on. Let me see that 4,800. And that's perfection. Let's see. Boom. There we go. 4,800. That is perfect. And that is from one pure node. If you wanted to scale this up, if you had 2 pure nodes, if you went to a different place on the map, or if you use like multiple normal nodes or whatever you did, you could get some pretty like disgusting power pretty early on in the game because of this. So if you just want to have a lot of power and not have to think about it early in the game, go for this. Like, build one of these setups. Even like this is a 480 No, because like it can go up to 600, but because I have Mark IV belts in the save, I can go to 480 because they can move 480. So if you have multiple smaller nodes that moves like 270 each, and you have 4 of them or whatever, like over what's over here, it means that you have like an access to over 1,000 coal, which means that you can almost like increase this power output by like 2.5, and that's a pretty substantial amount. Why am I seeing yellow and red sticks starting to pop up? Something's happened. That's weird. Okay, let's see what's happening. These are all yellow. Why are they yellow? Why are only these green? Why are they green and they yellow? Why are they stopping at half? Is something wrong with the water? Let's see what's going on here. This is dropping in temperature. It shouldn't be doing that. It should be like this. This is not filling up properly. We're not getting enough coal. Have I missed something? Yes, I have not overclocked this. Okay. There we go. That fixes the coal input. What does it look like here now? Also, I have miscounted the water consumption. I counted that at 30, not 45. My mistake. We don't have enough power to run all of these. I will have to fix that. I'll do some troubleshooting, and I'll be right back once I have fixed all of that. Give me a second. Kaboom. There we go. I added another full 600 cubic meters a minute line here, and then I pull that in to supplement after half. You can see I've made it so that water can't run that direction. It can only go further down the line. So it's gonna supplement the last few here and like make sure that everything gets all the water it needs. And I have also, like I said or showed before, I have fixed the coal so that we actually get all the coal for all the machines all the way down the line now. That's just gonna take a little bit until it spins up completely, and once it does, we will have the full 4,800. Like I said, it's just gonna take a little bit before everything heats up and everything. As you can see, it's still slowly ticking up here, but we are getting a lot more green sticks showing up. 500 there, 500 there. Yep, we are getting better. Like, these are not rookie numbers. It's the antithesis to the rookie numbers meme. And this is starting to heat up, I hope. It's dropping again. Okay, that's because it's manifold and it has to fill up. We can help that out a little bit by just going in, not in the boiler, in this one, and pulling in some coal. Now that that's full, let's make this one full, like so. Like this here will help kickstart everything and get it to the levels they are supposed to be. But yeah, like as you can see, aside from me making every mistake in the book you could make, and me just wanting to like rush things along here so I can show you guys what it looks like when it's fully functional. Basically, what you have is a fully functional 4,800 megawatts power system that, like, in honesty, this doesn't take a lot of resources, it doesn't take a lot of time, and if you just very simply sit down and actually, like, okay, there's an ambulance going outside. If there is a like simple way to do this, literally just start from here. Like, what does this go into? If you look very simply, you can see what does that go into. It goes into the coal heater by definition, like very simply, which means that you need to place down a boiler platform to get that in. And what does it say you need? It says you need a boiler, then place the boiler. The boiler says you need water, then connect up water, and just keep going from there, and you will ultimately figure it out. Like, it looks scary. It looks like there's a lot But the base premise is like just, hey, here's a very modular system that you can change with different modules over time, and like all that stuff as you progress and unlock things in the game. And this is like very compact, as you can see. In comparison, if I take a coal generator and I place it here, like you can see, I place it next to this. Floor is too steep. If I just place it here, you can see how massive it is. Like just verticality is a nightmare with these. You don't have that problem with these. Plus, this requires a lot less. Like it actually like gets you early on to deal with both gases and liquids, and gases are a lot simpler because gases don't need the head lift that the liquid uses. Like you don't need pumps. At best, you need valves. At best, and that's only because like if the pipes aren't filling up, like gases don't slosh back and forth. They just fill. And they just work. So if you want to keep it simple but still be able to like work with mechanics that normally doesn't come until very late in the game, here, try this out. And if you want to, just literally copy this. I will do a flyover with the photo mode so that you can see how I have plugged it up. Let's start over here. We have the water, and then from the water, it flows into our boilers and heaters. Coal coming in, very simply coming in from the coal node, and you can, like I said, use multiple coal nodes. I've just chosen to use one here to show this. And then once it's done, you move the steam into the generators. I've chosen it to make it compact like this because I wanted to have a small footprint. And then you get rid of the low pressure steam, and you get rid of the CO2 from the heaters. That way, you have a very easy setup. It's not super expensive. It's quite simple to use. It looks complex because there's a lot of pipes. But once you get going with this, it's very easy to use. So if you have any questions or if you liked it, show me in the comments. And if you have any ideas for cool setups with this, also come and talk to me in the Discord. If you like these kinds of videos and if you want more tips and tricks like this, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week in the next tips and tricks video. Have a nice one, everyone. Bye!